Our third coach of the morning is the head coach of the Presbyterian College Blue Hose, Harold Nichols. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Mark.
Hope you're doing well. Blue Hose with a nice little effort down up at Miami of Ohio on the short end, falling to the Red Hawks. Back on the road at another FBS opponent, heading up the street to the 49ers of Charlotte. You can open up and talk about the game at Miami of Ohio, and we'll start taking questions and talk about the 49ers.
Well, I think that some of the concerns you have going into first ball games was certainly in effect up there. We didn't play great from the standpoint of penalties. I think we let some really good opportunities early in the football game get away from us, so disappointed that we didn't play better from the standpoint of execution and some of those type of things. But I think at the end of the day for us, we've got to go back to work and be able to correct some of those mistakes that we made. All that being said, I think it was a one-score game. We were down 13-7 with about 13 minutes to go in the football game, and with some opportunities. And so you can take away from that ball game some positives from the standpoint, if we can improve here in this area or that area, we can certainly put on a better show and have an opportunity to win a game. And so we're disappointed, but encouraged from the standpoint of we know that that we've got to make some big improvements from week 1 to week 2. Give a lot of credit to Miami of Ohio and Coach Martin and his staff. They've got a fine football program there and really good football team. I'm sure they'll win a lot of games this year. You turn the page to a Charlotte team that obviously is an up and coming program. I've got a lot of respect for Coach Lambert and his staff there, and the program that they're building. You can tell by looking at their depth chart. They've got a lot of juniors and redshirt juniors and seniors that so they've got a lot of experience. They've had that group together now for 2 or 3 years, and it certainly showed against Georgia State last week. They ran 86 offensive plays, had over 400 yards of offense. They're really a talented team, got a lot of playmakers. Really impressed with Matt Johnson, their quarterback, and the way he disperses the football. Khalif Phillips, their running back's an outstanding player. They got a couple of receivers in Ford and Duke that have got a lot of catches, especially against Georgia State. They're difference makers on the perimeter, and they got their linebacker, Nick Cook, back, who's a leading tackler, and a couple of guys in the secondary made some plays against Georgia State. So we'll have our hands full. Another FBS team on the road here in the second week, and I just hope that we can improve as a football team from week 1 to week 2 and eliminate some of those mistakes and turnovers and give ourselves a chance to win a football game. And so that's kind of the challenge we got right now.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. This time we'll start taking questions for PC head coach Harold Nichols. To ask a question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand. And while we wait for questions, Coach, talk about some of the players who did shine against Miami of Ohio. Darrell Bridges, 125 yards rushing. Darrell Wilson, the wide out, 5 catches for 86 yards, and kind of a more increased role, and just some of the new players that performed well.
Yeah, well, we played 18 freshmen, 10 redshirt freshmen, and 8 true freshmen in their first college football game up there. So, got a lot of guys in the game and get some of their first experiences playing college football, which is really good, bodes well for the future. I thought Darrell Bridges did run the football well, and I think we're better up front offensively. I think we were able to create some creases for him, and he ran hard and did a good job securing the football. So, I think he's poised to have a pretty good year if he'll continue to grow and keep working. DJ Wilson, really stepped up and made some plays in the game, and I think we're going to be able to count on him being a playmaker moving forward. Had some other young guys, Markel Hines, first time returning kicks, but did a nice job making good decisions back there. Made a couple guys miss and increased some folks. So, I think we've got a chance to improve there. And defensively, we got some older guys. Now we played a lot of guys on defense, and it was hot and humid, and so we tried to roll some on defense. I thought Jerry Burke, our backup middle linebacker, played in his first college football game, and Jordan Guyton, I think they did a good job in there for the most part, and I think they'll continue to grow and get better. Donnell Williams and Duran and some of those guys in the back end, I think continue to provide leadership for us. I thought Ed Britt played well and did a nice job on some coverage things and making some open field tackles. So we did have some, a lot of positives that you can build off of. You're just disappointed that you didn't play better, and especially with the game in balance like it was there in the second half, and not be able to make some plays and get a stop to be able to win a football game.
All right, thanks, Coach. We do have a question for you from Damian Sorley of the Lynchburg News and Advance.
Morning, Harold. How are you?
Damian, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Wanted you to expand on Darrell Bridges' 135 yards in the finale last year and then 125. You said the offensive line has improved and he's poised to have a good year. What did he do in the off-season to build off the way he ended his redshirt freshman year to get to where he is now as a redshirt sophomore and really carry over that finale to the start of the year?
Well, I think that we redshirted Darrell his freshman year. He had some leg injuries, that through strength and conditioning, I think he really improved his body in the off season, and knowing that he was going to have some opportunities this year to really kind of showcase. And I think he kind of saw it down the stretch last year. He had hurt his one of his legs, I think, during the middle of the year, and missed a game or two, and was kind of hobbled a little bit. So healthy, he's a good player. He's a tough to tackle, runs behind his pads, he's got good vision, and and hopefully he'll continue to get better. And but like you say, I think it's all season conditioning and weight room, and with some injury prevention stuff, I think that he's been able to improve on the most.
What did you notice about your defense against Miami of Ohio that you might be able to build on going into Charlotte and getting that back-to-back contest against FBS schools to really give these kids a sense of that level of play as you get into the meat of your schedule?
Yeah, well, I think, obviously playing up like we are these first 2 weeks, against two quality programs, hopefully will, help us improve. I've always been the believer that you make more improvement from week 1 to week 2 than you do in any other time during the year. So we got a great opportunity. We had a great practice last night, probably had our best practice of the year last night. And, I think our kids are disappointed because, they felt like, and I felt like, we had an opportunity to win the football game, and we didn't do it. And but defensively, that's where most of our experience is. We've got, a lot of guys that have played a lot of football for us over the last few years, and, they're really the strength of our team. They're, where a lot of our leadership comes from, and, so I think there's some things that we can build on there. The thing that we did not do a great job of is prevent some big plays. We let them get behind us a couple times. We had a couple guys fall down in coverage and left the guy wide open. We missed some tackles and didn't cap some runs like we needed to. And so, we've got some improvement to make there, and, especially against a really good Charlotte team this week who, like I say, is very explosive on offense and really stretches you.
Thank you, Harold. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Damian.
Thank you, Damian. And, Coach, I'm not seeing any other questions for you, but we'll make one last call before we let you go, just in case someone did enter the queue and it's not showing up. So any final questions for PC head coach Harold Nichols?
Kevin Callahan?
All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and let you go, Coach. Thanks for joining us, and good luck Saturday at Charlotte.
Mark, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all you guys do there for us at the conference office. I wish all the other coaches good luck this week.
All right. Thanks, Coach.